Good evening and welcome to the public meeting for the US 41 from south of Dock Street to Piney Point Road intersection improvements project in Manatee County. With us at this meeting is Amber Albritton, project manager for the Florida Department of Transportation, and several other FDOT staff and project team members. During the meeting, we will present information on the department's plans to improve safety and enhance operations along this corridor. We encourage your feedback, and during the presentation, we will provide multiple ways you can submit your questions and comments. After the presentation, FDOT project staff will be available near the project display boards at the in-person meeting to answer questions and receive comments. If you are participating online, you may submit written questions or comments in the question box on the GoToWebinar control panel. All comments and questions will be responded to after the meeting and will become part of the public meeting record. We appreciate your involvement. This meeting is being conducted in person and virtually through GoToWebinar to provide the public multiple ways to receive information and provide input. All meeting materials presented this evening, including this video presentation, are available on the project webpage at swflroads.com/project/457242-1. For online participants in the GoToWebinar application, you will see a set of icons in the top right corner of the menu bar. Click the Questions icon, where the red arrow is pointing to open the Questions panel. Type your question into the field where the red arrow is now pointing to, and hit Send to submit your question or comment to project staff. To download documents about the project, click on the Materials icon where the red arrow is pointing to open the Documents panel. Inside are project files that can be viewed or downloaded. If joining GoToWebinar on your mobile device, click the Questions icon at the bottom of your screen. This will open the Questions panel where you can enter your question or comment into the field and hit Send. Click the Handouts icon at the bottom to open the Documents panel, where you will find project files to view and download. If you happen to experience a technical issue during this meeting, please type the issue in the questions box on the control panel on GoToWebinar, or send an email to chuck@valeran-group.com to report it. You may also call GoToWebinar support at 1-833-851-8340. Staff will do their best to assist you. This public meeting was advertised and is being conducted in accordance with state and federal requirements, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express their concerns about Title VI may do so by contacting Cynthia Sykes, District 1 Title VI Coordinator, by mail at 801 North Broadway Avenue, Bartow, Florida, 33830, by phone at 863-519-2287, or email at cynthia.sykes@dot.state.fl.us. You may also contact Al Sanders, State Title VI Coordinator, by mail at 605 Swanee Street, Mail Station 65, Tallahassee, Florida, 32399, by phone at 850-414-4764, or email at aldrin.sanders@dot.state.fl.us. This information is shown on a sign at the in-person location, on the project website, and in the meeting notifications. FDOT is proposing improvements at intersections along US 41 from south of Dock Street to Piney Point Road in Manatee County. These improvements include construction of a raised island and traffic separator at the end of Piney Point Road for traffic exiting SeaPort Manatee. The median opening shall remain open for the purposes of Inland Transport Street. This modification will only impact traffic from Piney Point Road. Construction of a traffic signal at US 41 and Dock Street, and a newly signalized U-turn location south of Dock Street. US 41 is a major north-south arterial roadway, busy with local traffic, industrial vehicles, and large trucks. The project area is a mix of industrial and commercial uses, including SeaPort Manatee, located on the west side of the corridor. The port serves as a major economic driver for Manatee County, with container and cargo operations that generate substantial heavy truck traffic on US 41. Piney Point Road and Dock Street provide access to US 41, connecting the north and south gates of the port. Within the project limits, US 41 is a 4-lane divided roadway with a grassed median. The posted speed limit will be 55 miles per hour. The purpose of the project is to improve safety and operations along US 41, specifically at the Piney Point Road intersection, by managing access. These safety improvements will simplify the decision-making for drivers by reducing the conflicts and crashes within the median openings. The median opening on US 41 at Piney Point Road will remain fully open. Access for vehicles utilizing Inland Transport Street will not change. However, these proposed improvements will prohibit left turns from eastbound Piney Point Road onto northbound US 41. We will now discuss the proposed improvements, including concepts, historical crash information, and rerouted turning movements. Exhibit boards with this information, along with collision diagrams, are on display at the in-person meeting. Virtual attendees can download these exhibit boards through the Documents panel on GoToWebinar. They can also be viewed on the project website. The proposed improvements at this intersection include constructing a raised island and traffic separator at the end of Piney Point Road. At Piney Point Road from October 1, 2020 through October 31, 2025, there were a total of 39 crashes, including 5 fatal or incapacitating injury crashes. Eastbound vehicles on Piney Point Road wishing to go north on US 41 will be required to turn right onto US 41 and make a U-turn approximately half a mile south of Piney Point Road at a newly signalized median opening. This newly signalized U-turn location will include additional asphalt necessary for semi-trucks to make the U-turns. A new traffic signal with pedestrian signal and crosswalks is proposed at the intersection of US 41 and Dock Street. From October 1, 2020 through October 31, 2025, there were a total of 8 crashes at Dock Street, including 1 fatal or incapacitating injury crash. During the design process, FDOT evaluated the potential installation of a traffic signal at Piney Point Road. Based on this evaluation, a traffic signal is not recommended due to several limiting factors. Because the intersection is located on a horizontal curve, drivers have limited sight distance and may not see a traffic signal ahead. The curve can also alter a driver's depth perception and alignment, making it more difficult to judge the signal status. Additionally, the existing superelevation or the tilt of a roadway on horizontal curves, where the outside edge of the road is raised higher than the inside edge, creates a significant elevation difference between the northbound and southbound lanes at the intersection, creating design challenges. Superelevation helps vehicles stay safely in their lane while traveling through a curve, but it encourages higher driving speeds and is designed for continuous movement rather than stopping. Traffic signals are unexpected in locations meant for higher speed, uninterrupted flow. Stopping on a sloped roadway can make it harder for drivers to maintain control, increasing the risk of serious rear-end crashes. While the posted speed limit is 60 miles per hour, the operating speeds, or the speeds at which most drivers travel under normal conditions through the intersection, is above 70 miles per hour. The 85th percentile speed, or the speed at which most drivers feel comfortable driving through the intersection, is 73 miles per hour. Trucks making left turns, such as those turning from Piney Point Road onto northbound US 41, have a higher risk of rollover. A traffic signal may worsen conditions by encouraging trucks to make the eastbound to northbound turn at higher speeds. With current traffic speeds and drivers trying to beat the light, there is a higher risk of red light running, which could lead to serious crashes. FDOT is working with SeaPort Manatee to direct most future traffic to Dock Street. Since Dock Street is a flat and straight intersection, it offers better visibility and is a safer, more appropriate location for a traffic signal. While the port is in the process of shifting traffic to Dock Street, there is a need to address eastbound traffic exiting via Piney Point Road. As previously mentioned, this will be addressed by providing a signalized U-turn south of Dock Street, approximately half a mile south of Piney Point Road, offering a simpler and safer movement. Instead of crossing both directions of traffic to turn left, trucks will turn right and merge only with southbound traffic. This makes for easier decision-making by requiring drivers to look for a gap in just one lane of traffic. Now that we have reviewed the proposed improvements, let's address a few additional questions. Why isn't a roundabout being considered at these intersections? A roundabout is not feasible at Piney Point Road due to the existing superelevation, the significant difference in roadway elevation, and the large amount of concrete pavement located at the intersection. A roundabout at Dock Street is not feasible within the existing right-of-way, as it would not accommodate future traffic demands. How will the transport of large tanks from Honeywell crossing at Dock Street be accommodated? The traffic signal design at Dock Street will be modified to allow space for these tanks to cross US 41 safely. Why can't trucks make U-turns at Dock Street? There is insufficient space at Dock Street for southbound U-turns. Additionally, trucks exiting Piney Point Road do not have enough distance to safely merge into the left lane to make a U-turn. Will there be space for trucks to make U-turns at the newly signalized median opening? Yes. An asphalt loon, or pavement that is constructed outside of normal traffic lanes to allow for larger vehicles to safely make a U-turn on a divided highway, will be constructed at the signalized U-turn location half a mile south of Piney Point Road. This is designed to accommodate semi-trailer trucks. Today, we are conducting both the virtual and in-person public meeting for these safety improvements. Moving forward, design of these improvements is in progress and anticipated to be complete in early 2027. Construction of these improvements is anticipated to begin in late 2027 at an estimated cost of $4 million. We encourage your input and feedback about this project, and there are multiple ways for you to participate. All public comments and questions are part of the public meeting record, and every method for providing public comments and questions carries equal weight. While comments and questions will be accepted at any time, those submitted by March 9, 2026 will become part of the project's public meeting record. All comments and questions will be responded to in writing following the meeting. To submit comments in person, you may speak to our project staff on the floor or complete a printed comment form and return it to project staff. If you are participating online, you may submit written questions or comments in the question box on the GoToWebinar control panel. Written comments may also be submitted on the project website at swflroads.com/project/457242-1. You may also contact the FDOT project manager directly by email at amber.albritton@dot.state.fl.us or by U.S. mail at the Florida Department of Transportation, 801 North Broadway Avenue, Bartow, Florida, 33830. You may also call the project manager at 863-519-2668 to provide verbal comments during normal business hours. The contact information is also available on the public meeting notification that you may have received by mail. On behalf of the Florida Department of Transportation, thank you for attending this public meeting and providing your input on this project. If you have comments or questions after the meeting, please submit them by March 9, 2026. Contact information, a recording of this presentation, project documents, and other exhibits displayed at the public meeting are posted on the project website at swflroads.com/project/457242-1. FDOT's vision is to provide a transportation network that is well-planned, supports economic growth, and has the goal of being congestion and fatality-free. In conjunction with that vision, FDOT supports the Target Zero initiative. Target Zero is a statewide initiative to reduce the number of transportation-related serious injuries and deaths across Florida to zero. And finally, a safety moment. Some things don't mix. Drinking and driving puts lives at risk. Never drink and drive. Every ride, every time. We thank you for making safety a continued priority.